everyone. Welcome to another episode of Living Life, I Life You. I am your host, Dr. Veronica Garcia, and today we're joined by one of our staff members and students in the undergrad program. Hi, how are you doing today?
Doing great. I'm doing good.
Good. Brandi, introduce yourself. Where are you from? How did you get to life?
Yeah. So my name is Brandi Sharp. I am originally from Dallas, Texas. How I learned about life is so my husband and I, we originally went to a chiropractor that was in Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was actually getting adjustments at the chiropractor, and my husband would just walk into the office and sit on the couch. And so I'd go get my adjustments. My husband would wait on me. And then I was like, you should really start getting adjustments. It's good for you, help your sinuses. So my husband started getting adjustments. And then my chiropractor looked at him and was like, you should be a chiropractor. And so my husband was like, I don't know. But he kept affirming to him that he should be a chiropractor. And as my husband kept going, and he's like, yeah, I think I really do want to be a chiropractor.
Wow.
So he decided that he would look into different schools. Our chiropractors went to Life, and we thought Life would be the best decision. And so I figured, while he's in school, I need to find something to do. So I ended up finding a job here at Life University. And while I was working, I knew the programs here were good because that's pretty much what I represent at Life, are the undergraduate programs. And so I decided to start my degree in biopsychology.
That's amazing. And why biopsychology?
Yes. So biopsychology, I love psychology, but I also like how the behavior kind of manifests itself in the environment, and how the environment has an impact on the things that we think, how we act, just like everything that we do. So our environment has a lot to do with how we behave. So that's what I thought was very interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. And you are an admissions counselor, correct?
Yep.
Talk to us a little bit about that experience. What is it like? What exactly is it that you do? You mentioned that you're representing undergraduate. All right. Tell me a little bit more.
So what I and my team do, we go to different high schools, and we pretty much talk about Life University and the graduate and undergraduate programs that we have on campus. So we have to take that vitalistic philosophy that we have here and get really creative. And so one of the things is you have to explain what vitalism is to, how vitalism
works.
Works with computers.
Or
how vitalism works with business. And how vitalism works with the mind. And so it is taking that vitalistic philosophy and putting it to different aspects of the environment and also the body. Because most high school students have never heard the word vitalism before.
Absolutely.
And so that's one of the things that I do. And that's what it allows me to be creative and have that creative outlet to talk about what life represents. So that's what I do.
That's awesome. That's really exciting, because for my experience, I'd never heard about vitalism until I set foot on the university for a life leadership weekend. And I was already in college, and it was definitely a very interesting point of view that kind of allowed me to explain all these things that I knew were happening, but actually putting a name to it. And it was definitely a beautiful discovery. And now I live by it. So what can we do? So talk to me a little bit about your personal goals with biopsychology being that undergraduate and whatnot.
Yes. So I actually plan to go into the chiropractic program.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So one of the things that I love to do is to educate. And that's what I was so grateful to get this job at Life, because it allowed me to work on those characteristics that were already there and to maximize them. So the fact that I get to sit and talk to the different students from different areas of either Georgia or, like, my territory is Texas, I get to sit and educate, and chiropractic happens to be an avenue in which I can talk about that vitalistic philosophy. So I plan to educate people on chiropractic and also about just health and wellness.
That's amazing. And is your husband in the chiropractic program? What quarter is he in?
He was in fourth quarter in spring, so he's going into fifth quarter.
All right. So finishing up the first year. So you've been here for a year?
Yes.
How are you loving Georgia?
It's different. I think the only downside is the traffic. But other than that, it's a really great culture, great environment, good people. And
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Really and experiencing it from the lens of Life University, I think it helps transition. Both of us coming from very different opposite spectrums, kind of finding, oh, this is actually could be a home.
Right.
You know?
Right. And the support system here is like nowhere else. And so I've heard chiropractors say like life is the best of the best. You're not going to find the support system, even from the undergraduate side, you're not going to find the support system anywhere else. So
have you been enrolled in the undergraduate program for a year as well?
So it's actually been about a year. So I started last summer. So I started last summer. So I'm coming up on a year. And it's been really good, really good.
That's awesome. And are you finishing up then your pre-DC to start on the DC?
Yep. I have 2 more classes. So I'll be done with finishing my prerequisites this summer.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations. I'm looking forward to your journey at the university, the growth, the living life at Life U quite literally. It's definitely life evolving and life changing, and it can be really, really beautiful. Thank you for giving me the chance. Thank you for dragging your husband from that couch into the chiropractic table, because they don't know until they don't know.
And it literally was getting here was like, I'm like, honey, I'm not moving out here. You're not going to be fully invested. But he was really invested, and it's like changed him so much being in the program. And it's like changed both of us. So the amount of knowledge that we know about our health and wellness, and it's inspired me to want to go into the program. So it's really,
I just got goosebumps. How exciting. You never know how far reaching one decision, one thing you say can do and change the rest of the world. So you did amazing. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us. Thank you for all that you pour into the high school students so that they learn about vitalism, but also about all the opportunities that the undergraduate program at Life University has to offer. Because we have how many different programs do we have?
We have 14.
14, It's amazing. It's so great, and I'm really excited for the growth of the university. Thank you for being part of that growth. I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you grinding and growing and calling you colleague one day.
Right.
Have a beautiful rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you guys for spending another episode of Living Life at Life U.